Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the Vault. Trust Christian, know nothing, control everything. Just want to let you know we appreciate you for tuning in live. Feel free to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com. We definitely wanted to do this episode today. Very important episode today because this is going to be a very important episode. This is The Vault, episode 247, copyright, your likeness and image and how. And this is so apropos for the times that we're in when it comes to copyright, your likeness and image. So appreciate everyone for tuning in live or listening to the replay. Feel free to reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com, even if you want to get a consultation maybe a little bit further past this moment. But this is a critical episode for a lot of the Moors, a lot of the people that are out there trying to do this whole redemption packet garbage, and people that are out there that want to protect themselves. When we're talking about we're living in an age of facial recognition. If you all are not aware, there was a lawsuit that Facebook actually lost. Do our best to put that in the chat. Facebook versus I think it's Illinois. Facebook versus Illinois, and they lost they lost a lawsuit because they were utilizing their facial recognition, collecting biometric data without the consent tag. And so you all can look up this case. I'm definitely gonna put this in the chat here, but nevertheless, we're in the age of facial recognition, and so some of you all may be able to see the thumbnail for this episode, and it has a unique thumbnail for it because there's an image of this rapper named Lil Baby. We'll put that into the actual chat as well. Can we put that in the chat? Can't put that in the chat. No worries. But we'll definitely take care of it where you all can see that we're living in an age of copyright. And appreciate Texas for tuning in live, listening to replay. You all can see that, with this whole virtual football game, virtual basketball game stuff, people are utilizing their images. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? You're giving these companies free data. You're paying these companies for the right to own your image. When you pay, do you read the fine print? When you say, hey, look, I want to pay to have my face shown at the virtual event. Did you read the fine print that they're able to take your image now for marketing in the future? Do you want your image to be profited off? Do you want to not own your image? Think about this. That is a part of your estate. That is a part of people's estate. Is when you see this company called Getty Images. Getty Images, why does it own so many people's images? Because they didn't have any copyrights on their likeness or their image. You don't think you can copyright a picture of your face to where it's not shown in the public? Did you forget about when Beyonce sued a magazine brand for trying to publish her child's face in a magazine without her consent? But now people think that, or they don't know that you can actually have your image copyrighted. The picture of your baby pictures, the picture of your teenage years, the picture of your adult years. You can get it copyrighted. You can copyright these things, and when they're stolen, you can sue. You can actually have a fee schedule attached to the copyright. When people steal copyrights, there's a fee schedule attached for how long someone stole it for. There's damages. So that's what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about the copyright of your likeness and image. And how? So there's this rapper, his name's Lil Baby, and Walmart somehow didn't think they were going to get caught by publishing his co-brand or sub-label brand, because he signed to another label. He signed under other brands, but they took his brand image and turned it into a chain. He already had a chain of that. When we say chain, we're talking about a necklace. He had a necklace made that said 4PF. Appreciate Memphis, Tennessee for tuning in live, listening to replay. He had a chain that was, we're going to post that in the chat actually. Go to the history real quick. But nevertheless, he had a actual chain that was, that was in his image, in his likeness. And guess what? They stole it. What makes you think, ladies and gentlemen, that they can't steal your image? They can't steal your likeness. Who's they? Anybody. Anybody. Can anybody steal your likeness? Steal your image? Here we go. Gonna go ahead and get this ready for you all. Post it in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the era of theft of people's images and likeness. When it comes to this whole virtual events that you all are seeing, you all are going to see that yes, people's images are going to be used over and over. They're going to be used on those basketball games that the basketball college players aren't getting paid on, right? They're going to use those on pro basketball games now. They're going to be able to use your image. Did they? They're going to use your image on those basketball games, on those football games. They're not going to. This is a new wave and new era of copyright now. People's images. This was the gap. This was the crimp in the hourglass, because those video games sucked. Everybody had the same looking face. Well, guess what? Did you not just sign away your image away over to the NFL? Did you not just sign your image away over to the NBA? Don't you do that when you go to the game? Kinda. But you gave them even further intrusion into your personal life. By what? Giving them access to your image. Not to who you are as a being, to your image. To utilize that on public display. Because you weren't really there in person. It was your image. Well, guess what? When you come to the vault, you learn about NDAs. You learn about copyright. You learn about copyrighting a picture of yourself. So if you do post it on any public platform, you're able to take that and have it copyrighted. Some people say, well, do I need to go through on the federal level? How do I do it, Trust Christian? Remember, it's not legal advice. You can check with your lawyer for sure. You say, okay, I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to go copyright my picture. And when someone used my picture without my consent, I can sue them with a fee schedule. That's how it's done with celebrities. That's why they only have certain pictures that are leaked over the internet with them. See, we're in the age of free information, where people are giving away their rights and their image for free. That image is a part of your estate. It holds value. It's worth money. But is it really worth money? Did you attach a fee schedule to your picture? To your image? To your likeness? It doesn't even have to be completely you. When the video game duplicates the likeness of you, are you going to get paid from it? What if one of your family members saw your picture on a video game and they alerted you? How would you get the image taken down? You going to call the company? You going to call EA Sports? You going to call the basketball company? You going to call the NBA, the NFL and say, hey, you stole my image. I'm not getting paid off it, but your video game is making millions of dollars a year. Is that how it's going to be done? Or are you going to walk through with the lawyer and actually sue somebody like the way things are supposed to be and properly done in business in public and say that image, you need to either pay us privately through a settlement, which Facebook did, or you're going to go through and you're going to get them to take it down. So you're going to create ripples and waves in corporate America. So you can't say that the crony capitalism, that the corporate capitalism, that these guys are taking advantage of you. They're not taking advantage of you. Facebook's not taking advantage of you when you signed an agreement that said you signed away certain rights. But guess what? When you come to the vault, you learn the truth. When you sign everything, no matter what, whenever you sign it, it's all rights reserved. Yes, you're utilizing their platform for marketing. That's what they say they are. They say they're a marketing platform. They say that they're not selling your information, right? They say they're not selling any of your information. Are they selling your images, though? Are they selling data analytics? What are they selling? Right. Well, now you have a way to stop that. You have to copyright your image and your likeness. And how you do that? You can do that on the state level. You can do that on the federal level. You don't have to go through with all the federal level formalities. You can go do it on the state level. You can go do a trademark and a copyright on a state level. So did they steal your image or your likeness, or you gave it to them for free? It's really simple, ladies and gentlemen. We recommend all of our trustees that have gone through trustee training, to make sure that their images, their families, their children, their baby pictures of their babies, people are posting pictures of their children. Ladies and gentlemen, do you all know that those these entertainment companies, they copyrighted the laughter that you hear on TV? It's the same laughter on every show. But when they were recording those shows, they copyrighted that laughter, that pitch, that sound. And they don't need to go keep doing live audiences. When you hear it on TV, you only hear the same laughter. You hear the same laughter on TV because it's copywritten. It's a sound recording that's been copywritten, that's been trademarked by a company. They have specific sounds. That's a sound recording. Are you going to record your voice and get it copyrighted and trademarked? So when these companies say, well, when you're calling into our thing, we need you to actually just tell us the response. Are you saying it all rights reserved? Or are you saying it with an unrestricted signature? Are you saying it without a copyright? Hold on, what do you mean, Trust Christian? I can copyright my name verbally? Well, when the company is recording your voice, they're getting their version of your sound recording. They're getting their version of what your what do they call it? Virtual signature of your auditory signature. Your name, your auditory signature. So they can prosecute against you. Do you have your name copyrighted auditorily? Do you have your image copyrighted visually? You don't think we're in the age of cloning, ladies and gentlemen? Get real here. You've already seen the concerts that they can do virtually. And guess what? They just branded people into the habit of games, these sport activities, virtually. Guess what? You all saw that LeBron James and them just won a basketball championship, and all the NBA did was steal Kobe Bryant's image and likeness and put it around LeBron. You see all these virtual images that, oh, he was next to him hugging him. Oh, he's next to him walking next to him. That's called copyright infringement. But does the family have the wherewithal to say, hold on. Whoever is producing this image, we need a dollar from it. Why? Because we didn't give you an image for free. That's his image and his likeness. But who owns the right to it? Why do you think these athletes have their names on the jersey unrestricted? But then you go look at, if you guys ever played, see, some of you guys might not be gamers. There's this video game called John Madden. So in John Madden, there's only one coach in the NFL that never has his name stated, because he could have a copyright that he doesn't want that to be displayed for free if he's not making money off it. How are you going to use his image and his likeness without him making a profit. That's a part of your family estate. Your children's images, your family's images, your family's voices. You can copyright your signature. So when people steal your signature, you can sue them for stealing your signature. That's why they recently, you see everybody has a Wikipedia, they always post their signatures. So if you use that signature, it's copyright infringement. They do it to athletes. They use their likeness and their image. Why don't they say you will not get the rights to my likeness and my image? And guess what? It's in perpetuity. That means forever. That's how they're able to make these video games with these older athletes. But these older athletes, they're not getting a dime. You want to know why? Because they're employees. They're thinking like an employee. They're not thinking like an investor. They're not thinking like a trustee of their family estate. That's why. So when you come to the vault, you get this level of education. Copyright your likeness and image and how you do it. Oh, but the student athletes, oh, we're giving you a free education. We can steal your image and your likeness for years to come. Why? I'm already giving you my labor for free, right? Oh no, you're not giving it to us for free because we're giving you an education. There's a trade-off. Okay, well that's where the line is drawn. I don't need to be on a video game for free. But oh no, everybody wants to increase their stock. I need you to know what my attributes are per the analyst. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Can you copyright your likeness and your image and how you do it? You can copyright it on the state level, so there's no excuses. Oh man, Trust Christian, I don't want to go through the federal. The federal, it's a lot of work. You can actually create a publishing company that publishes your family images. So when people steal your images over the internet, you can sue them. Oh no, Trust Christian, that means I gotta file a lawsuit? Hey, guess what? If people don't pay, you can put liens and encumbrances on them. But you at least gotta first file a lawsuit. You gotta have a true formal complaint. That true formal complaint is actually having a claim. Do you have a claim to your image? Do you have a claim to your voice? You gotta slow down to speed up, is one of the mentors used to say. You gotta slow down to speed up. The way you slow down to speed up is by taking the time out your schedule to copyright your likeness and your image. You take the time to slow down to copyright your likeness and your image on a verbal level. The verbal level. So when these companies come back in 5 years and they say, oh yeah, we got you recorded on the line saying this. Guess what? Now you control that sound. Who gave you permission to that? Well, when you called into the line, well, guess what? That signature also has an all rights reserved attached to it. Do you know the other end of the contract? See, in contracts, you can be compelled. But when you have your Black's Law Dictionary, because you come through the vault and you go through trustee training, you learn that compelled means you were forced. You didn't call into the bank line and they say, hey, if you want to opt out, this is what you can do. Now they're forcing you just to verbally speak it all. So they're trying to steal your verbal signature. So when you commit fraud, they got you. Everything over the internet needs to be copyrighted. This is how you maintain your privacy in the public. But how many people are too lazy to go do it? Are you going to go do it? Are you going to copyright your likeness and your image? Are you going to go copyright your signature? So when you go to court or something happens, then they lift your signature and they put it on something. You can say, hold on, is that a copy or is that the wet ink? Oh, really? It's a copy. Where'd you get the copy of that from? Think about it. When you go through DocuSign now, when you go through these companies called DocuSign, they create a fake image for you. Why don't you go get a copyrighted image and upload it to all your own documents? So when the fraud happens, you can't say. So when identity theft happens to you, because we're in the identity theft age, correct? When they steal your likeness and your image and your signature, you can file a lawsuit. How did that happen, DocuSign? How did you let that fall through the cracks? How did you let that fall through the cracks? But most people don't want to spend $50. Go spend $100 to go get their picture, to go get their signature, and to go get their auditory signature copyrighted. You could do it all at one time and do it under one name. They call it a trade name. For all the Moors that we're gonna trademark our name. That's all they were doing. They didn't say trademark your image because they're doofuses. Because they were brought up in half knowledge. They didn't go through trustee training. You don't just copyright your signature, you copyright the image. You copyright the image, you copyright the auditory signature, you copyright it all. You copyright your thumbprint. You think people can't lift your thumbprint? We're going into the age where, guess what? When you're traveling through the airport, you can copyright your iris on your eye. Did you know the iris on your eye is actually specific to you? Did you know your thumbprint is specific to you? You can copyright all of that. You can actually put a patent on it. Oh no, Trust Christian, you're exposing the fraudsters out here. Yes. You can patent it. Why? Where else are they going to produce a signature like yours? Where are they going to produce a thumbprint like yours? See, a patent is something that you first came up with. You did. But you didn't. Your publishing company did that. Someone said they were going to type in a unique identifier. Right. And now you actually have a unique identifying UCC number attached to that. No more social. Your social's never been your identifier. That's a welfare number for you to receive welfare benefits. Someone said, what's on the books of the bank? Your signature. Right, but is your signature copyrighted? Because when it's copyrighted, you also have an agreement attached to it. Create a private agreement with the publishing company. That if this document, if this image is used for fraudulent activities, we're suing. But people don't want to go through those things. So we're here to tell you all that you can copyright it. Let it be known. Your footprint. You think your footprint's not unique to you? Your foot stopped growing after a while, so it's unique. Your eyes stopped growing, so it's unique. Your thumbprint, it's unique. Your voice, it's unique. And the more unique identifiers you have against you in the age of right now, the less you will have stolen from you because you can sue. That's what the vault brings out the vault. Copyright your likeness and image and how. Once again, state level. You want to go do it on the federal level? Why? Because that covers all the states. It deals with almost partially international. This gives you standing in law. It shows that there's a real human being. The Social Security doesn't show that there's a real human being. All the Social Security number does is show that there's a welfare recipient receiving benefits. Oh, it identifies me. First of all, you had the birth certificate before the social, right? Let's be real here. So you weren't born with a social. Bottom line. What about that birth certificate now? Does it have more validity for everybody that wanted to talk about the birth certificate? Oh yeah. Because it has a name on there. What's that? That's a certificate of authenticity. Certificate of authenticity of what? You still didn't copyright the fingerprint, the thumbprint, nothing. Nothing has been copyrighted. There's no real copyright infringement when someone uses the name. But oh no, no. Guess what? See, people at the vault, they turned it into business, not the personal. So yes, the name is a corporation. The name is an entity. We're not going to say that it's a trust because that's too deep. You got to be in trustee training to make sure you know how to deal with it in trust. So let's go there. What happened? You copyrighted it in corp. It's incorporated. It's business. That turns your whole life into a business. Did you know corporations can buy houses? Did you know corporations can apply for a loan? So that's how you got to pay a mortgage now. It's not personal now, it's business. The company goes and gets it. Well, we need to see a name. That is a name. It's just incorporated. You think all the major players aren't incorporated? Their names aren't incorporated, copyrighted? Of course they are. Bottom line. What about the cars? What about anything else? Corporations can actually get bigger loans. But trust Christian, that means the name's going to have LLC attached to it. And think about it, most of the people you talk to at the company aren't going to really think about it. They're going to think that you own the company. But you don't have to own the company. You can just control it. Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. You just want to control the image and be able to sue when the time comes. Appreciate you all for tuning in live, listening to replay. Oh, we definitely had to bring this jewel. We've been thinking about this one for a while. Hopefully you all can see the links in the chat with the 4PF chain that Walmart tried to steal. Y'all think that they won't steal something from you? Hold on. For all the African Americans that are listening to the education, guess what? They are going to steal from you. So get prepared. Now, one of the greats, this is one of the ones that was a telltale sign. Now, granted, he was born in a time where the United States didn't really honor copyrights from African Americans at this time. But a prime example that someone will steal your copyrights is George Washington Carver. Now, once we saw this example of George Washington Carver, where he created all these derivatives from the peanut and his family estate was left dead broke, I mean, we already knew we had to copyright everything. This man changed the face of America with peanut butter. How many of you all ate a peanut butter and jelly? How many of you all have benefited from a peanut being created and the derivatives thereof? And his family is left dead broke. They didn't get any benefits from it. But once again, we will preface it that yes, he was born into a time where they didn't really acknowledge copyrights from African Americans. Now they do. We brought on Sophia Stewart, where they stole her copyright for The Matrix. But oh no, no. You don't think they're going to steal your copyright. That's why I brought Sophia on. Because she's showing you they'll steal your copyright. They'll actually do a court case about it. And they still won't give you due justice. So when you are in a position, at least she was in a position. Oh, you don't think she has the faith that she's going to win? First of all, whoever's watched the movie knows about the books. They know about the books. The true fans, they do the research. That's how we know about her. And they stole it. They stole the images. They stole the characteristics. They were sued. They actually lost. She won the court case, ladies and gentlemen. She had a copyright on the books. She won the court case. Some people say, well, all right, how come she didn't get due justice yet? Ladies and gentlemen, you rather have won the case and actually have justice on your side? To actually have a claim to your property or to the property that your family estate owns? Than for you to be sitting there twiddling your thumbs, saying, man, Facebook just stole my likeness. The NBA and NFL, they just stole your image for perpetuity, ladies and gentlemen. All right, when you go on and you buy the ticket, are you reading the fine print? Did they steal your image and your likeness in perpetuity? That means, guess what? In the future, when this happens again, they won't even worry about fans paying. They're gonna have a whole slew of fans in it. That when they produce the video games, they're gonna have a whole new images in the crowds now. Why? Because people have given away those images for free for $250 for a championship ticket, for $1,000 to a championship ticket, because they want their face seen on TV. You could copyright that image though. It's not illegal to do that. This is how you know the power is still in the people's hands. And you have to protect that by doing the right thing. And the right thing is copyright. Getting off your rusty dusty and going and copywriting all the way through and through. You guys, people, someone contacted Vault said earlier, this is the question. If you're in the chat and this is your question, that's on you. You're getting a free answer almost. They said, Trust Christian, how do we get a trustee removed from the trust with the IRS? Here you go. We're not going to call a consultation a doofus, but because they didn't reach out and get the consultation yet, the answer is you contact the IRS. They'll give you that information. You can contact the copyright office and they'll let you know how to copyright your image and your likeness for the lazy ones. For the ones that are going to reach out. Trust Christian, I don't know how to do it. Well, guess what? You can contact the copyright office on the state level. You can contact the copyright office on the federal level. They have a number. You can call them. They'll give you answers. They're not going to give you legal advice. But if you say, hey, look, I'm trying to copyright my voice, they're going to tell you how to do it because they have a form for it. Oh, I'm trying to copyright this image. You don't have to tell them it's your face. You're trying to copyright an image. They're not going to give you legal advice. They're going to tell you how to submit it. What's the brand that it's under? Your name. This is Business 101. Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. Feel free to reach out. Christian@trustchristian.com. Once again, it's Christian@trustchristian.com. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Feel free to type in any questions into the chat. If you have any questions, you can feel free to type them into the chat right now. But this is an episode we've been wanting to do for a little bit of time now, and we finally made the time to actually do it. But this is really simple here, ladies and gentlemen. And we just saw with the virtual basketball game, with the virtual, football games, people are sitting there, utilizing their images. And you don't think these companies are looking for free content? Content is king. You think you're on Facebook for free? They're utilizing the analytics against you when you put your birthday in, when you put your age in, when you put your height in, when you put your weight in, when you put in what type of foods you like, what type of books you like. They're collecting data. We're in the age of data collection. The billionaires, and not even billionaires, the trillionaires of the next 10 and 20 years will be in data collection. You think Amazon's not a data collection agency? How did they grow so fast? Because they got your Prime information. Oh, you forgot about that? Did you copyright your name on their website? So when they're collecting data against your name, you can say, hold on, I didn't want that data sold. I just wanted to utilize your website for transaction purposes. Give yourself a fighting chance. Because data collection is real. Facial recognition is real. Where you're going through the airport, you can literally get your eye scanned and walk through. Almost pre-TSA. There's a company called Clear. Depending on what airport you're at. It's not at every airport. They're going to be able to utilize your thumbprint. Are you going to give your thumbprint? The Social Security Administration doesn't even have those biometrics yet. But guess what? They're willing to ask. And if you don't have it copyrighted before you give it away, all rights reserved, it's a wrap. And we love it. Because we know this. How many people don't? How many of your friends and family don't know that they can copyright their thumbprint? So when the government takes it and says, oh yeah, we got all your thumbprints here, all your fingerprints on here. Well, hold on. Who gave you rights to those images? Hold on. They're a business too, right? Right. They have an EIN. Right? Right. It's business. It's not personal. Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. Appreciate you all for tuning in live, listening to the Vault, live or in the replay. Christian@Trust Christian. Feel free to reach out. Peace.